This video will focus on the team role of instrument person. The instrument person has several responsibilities, including taking the front sight distance, azimuth, and inclination measurements, as well as helping the point person identify suitable stations. If there's only one set of instruments, then the instrument person may also take back sights. As soon as the instrument person arrives at the survey station, they should assist the point person in identifying the next station. Stations must be in direct line of sight from one another, so it helps to place a small LED point light on the current station so the point person can more easily see it. If a laser rangefinder or Disto X is being used, then the instrument person can hold this on the current station and shine the laser ahead to eliminate potential station locations for the point person. Another trick is to hold your primary light on the station, turn the beam on high, and point it down the passage. Areas illuminated by this beam are potential areas for the next station, while areas in shadows will not work. In general, with a 3-person survey team, the instrument person has the least to do, so in caves where additional duties may be required, such as collecting a resource inventory or photo documentation, then these additional responsibilities should also be performed by the instrument person. These duties can generally be performed after reaching the next survey station and while waiting for the point person to identify a location for the next station. There are 3 common sets of survey instruments used in modern cave surveys. They include sighting compasses and inclinometers paired with a fiberglass tape, sighting compasses and inclinometers paired with a laser rangefinder, such as a Leica Disto, and a Disto X. Each of these sets of instruments will generate the critical survey measurements of distance, azimuth, and inclination. The newer electronic measurement devices are generally quicker and less prone to certain types of measurement blunders. The first measurement taken in most surveys is the distance between stations. When using a fiberglass tape, the point person generally holds the 0 end of the tape on the new station and indicates that they are ready for a reading by saying "on station." The instrument person then pulls the tape tight and reads the distance between the stations. Fiberglass tapes will naturally have some sag even when pulled tight. The length measurements on the tape are designed to account for the sag when the tension on the tape is at 20 newtons or about 5 pounds. If purchasing a tape with imperial units, it's best to get an engineer's tape that divides feet into tenths and hundredths, rather than inches and fractions of inches. This makes reading, recording, and entering the data into the computer more convenient and less prone to error. When taking distance readings with a laser rangefinder, it's common practice to take at least 3 readings. This helps ensure that the correct target is being hit rather than accidentally shooting past the target or hitting an intermediate ledge or wall. The next measurement taken is generally the azimuth or magnetic angle between the stations. With a sighting compass such as a Sunto KB14 or Tandem, you look through the lens or diopter to read the angle from the bearing card. A light source must be held above the instrument to illuminate the dial. The instrument must be held level from side to side, but a small amount of tilt up or down is acceptable as long as the bearing card doesn't contact the top or bottom of the capsule. While these instruments can be read with both eyes open, it is generally accepted that using one eye is less likely to produce errors. Alternately look at the target and the dial until everything is aligned, and take the reading to the nearest half a degree. The large numbers on the dial are the standard front sight readings, whereas the smaller numbers are the corrected readings. In most cases, you only report the front sight values. It's more difficult to get accurate readings on steep angle shots. The compass can't be tilted beyond 15 to 20 degrees without some interference. By repeatedly tilting the instrument up or down to align with the target and then bringing it back to level, it is possible to project the shot and get an accurate reading. For inclination shots, the instrument is held in a vertical orientation with the window facing left. As with the compass, use one eye and alternately look between the target and the dial until they are in alignment. Then take the reading to the nearest half a degree. There are 2 sets of readings on the dial. The numbers on the left are degrees and the generally preferred measurement. The numbers on the right are percent gradient. Be aware that one of the most common blunders is to read the wrong side of the inclinometer. Be sure to read the values as plus or minus for inclines or declines respectively. If using a Disto X, hold the base of the device against the station, turn on the laser, and align the laser between the source and the target. To take a reading, it's possible to either press and release the measurement button, hold the button for 2 seconds, or use the timer button. If only one Disto X is being used, it is a good idea to take multiple readings to ensure the correct target is being hit. It is also possible to periodically check that the calibration with the laser is still good by rotating the instrument onto different sides for each of these readings. However, back sights are still strongly recommended over collecting multiple front sights. In some cases, sketchers prefer to have the instrument person give them the left, right, up, and down measurements from the station. In most cases, these readings are estimates, but if a Disto or Disto X is being used, then this can eliminate the guesswork. Precision is not required for LRUDs, so round to the nearest foot. In most cases, these numbers are being used by the sketcher to determine where to draw the walls in a plan sketch, or where to draw the ceiling or floor in a cross-section or profile sketch, so it is usually best to report the maximum passage dimensions. There are a couple of tips you can keep in mind to help with the efficiency of the survey. When reporting survey measurements to the sketcher, always give them in the same order. In most cases, sketchers prefer to get the distance, followed by the azimuth, followed by the inclination. If this is done consistently, then there's no need to state that the number is a distance, azimuth, or inclination. Likewise, report left, right, up, and down measurements in the same order each time, and then there's no need to preface the number with the direction. Gather as much data as possible before communicating it to the sketcher. This makes it easier for the sketcher to record the data without distracting them from their workflow by flipping back and forth between the data page and sketch page. This is easy when using a disto X, but requires some memory when using a Sunto. Use a disto or mentally record LRUDs before reporting them to the sketcher. Once the front and back sights, along with the LRUDs, have been recorded, the instrument person can travel to the next station and repeat the process. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please click the like button. Subscribe if you aren't already, so you can learn about other videos on the subject of caving, and comment below to let me know how I'm doing or to suggest other caving related topics.